pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Helen, what have you got for minutes? Oh, commissioner meeting or minutes, January 27th, 2026. I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve minutes.
Okay,
Second.
second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, reports, Helen, have you got any?
Yes, reporter keys, January.
Okay, clerk in the recorder's office for $11,476.25. If you would show that in your report, please. Okay. Calendar, or let's see, correspondence. Do we have any correspondence?
I have none.
Commissioner? I don't know. Commissioner Kirsch?
Nope.
Or do I? Okay, moving right on, calendar review then, please.
Tonight, 6 o'clock weed board. Still happening.
Correct. Your move.
Tomorrow at 7 planning board. Thursday, Trico fire at 9:30, survey review at 1:30, basin water and sewer at 6:30. Next Commissioner Haggerty's Friday and Monday is.
It's an EWG meeting in 20 minutes. I'm not gonna make it.
Oh, yeah, Tuesday.
Helen, the basin water and sewer meeting has been moved from this coming Thursday to the 19th.
Thank you.
Commissioner Kirsch, you have any additions or changes?
Nope.
Did you say the 12th Thursday CTAC meeting, Ellen, at 0800?
I did not.
Okay. That's all I have.
Unless that's your 0800.
Okay. Yeah. Right, go to commission reports. Commissioner Doolittle.
Road safety meeting was canceled last Thursday due to people being out ill. I spent several hours riding around with the assistant road supervisor looking at trees in the right of way and trees that they had dealt with. Up Lump Gulch, and we looked at South Hills and through the subdivisions, with some trees that are in the right of way that have become like an insurance problem. So we spent quite a bit of time doing that. I did attend the LEPC meeting on Thursday morning, which also included an after action review of the wind event that we had, and we went over that and some problems we had and some solutions for those. And that was it. Survey review was not held last Thursday.
Thank you. Commissioner Kirsch.
I apologize. I didn't bring my notes home with me, so I'll have to catch up next meeting, Mr. Chairman.
Not a problem, sir. Okay. The thing I had was last week, Parks, Trails, Recreation, CBU, which is Citizens for Balanced Use, are currently looking at a grant with the blessing of Parks, Trails, Recreation, and not to mention the commissioners and the Beaverhead Deer Lodge group of where they would be able to work on trails. They would own this equipment. If they were to obtain that grant, it would not cost our county any money whatsoever if they can obtain that grant to make that pay for itself. So that's in the works. That's not been approved or anything. They're just looking for people that would endorse it at this point. And then as for today, we met with the solid waste and pretty self-explanatory. 0 injuries during the month of January of this year. And then oil, the total gallons recycled were 460 gallons at $230. And then as for the year-to-date revenue totals, Whitehall 12,347, Montana City 9,334, Boulder 10,996, Jefferson City 1,029, Clancy 2,330, Basin 794, and then the office $4,512.63. And then the refuse hauled by Jefferson County in January itself of this year was 302.21 tons. And then our understanding is the black truck should be available tomorrow and back in service after being worked on. And then we worked on 2 adjustments for solid waste fees, which there were 2 of them, and the commissioners made the determination. That's all I have at that point. Did I miss anything, Mike? Okay, pretty much covered it. Okay,
Close.
and that's all I've got. So what time is it? Holy moly. Okay. Now's the time for opportunity for public comment. Anything that is not on the agenda. Anyone wants the opportunity to speak, I ask that you identify yourself prior to, and I would open up to the floor again, if anything that's not on the agenda, because we can't take any action. So is there anyone that would like to entertain it for public comment? Anyone interested? Sir.
Commissioners, of course, it's me again, Richard. I just, I'm still dealing with that issue with Hope Street and Silver. If you don't mind, I got a picture I wanted to show you. If I can remember.
Mr. Chairman, I did talk to Bear about that. Those access, those what are they? The meter pit access covers, Richard?
Yeah.
And he said there's no way we can put any kind of hardened structure out in the middle of the road like that. It just wouldn't work.
Well, they're
So,
not in the middle of the road. That's the reason I took some pictures of them.
what's that?
They're really not in the middle of the road. As you can see, here's the road. Right over here. The pits are right at the edge. But this is what I'm dealing with. When they cut the corner, of course, they tore that one up. They tore this one up. Those pits are $6,000 to install. I'm gonna have to cut that one down by 2 inches because they keep running over it and chipping it. And I'm not asking for the road company to put anything. I'm just needing some advice of what maybe I can do to stop that.
Have you tried something as simple as a traffic cone or something, Richard, or a candlestick or something?
I put 2 out there and they ran over them and destroyed them.
He's got traffic cones in the pictures. You have any input, Bear?
Yeah, so a couple of the issues, one is it's not only the county road there, it's also state right away on. So
Yeah,
I've been there.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, I know.
see, the road's way over here. That's the county road. And this is the state road.
Right, but they're still in the road, the use of the right of way.
Yeah,
So if you were to put something there, that'd be a liability for crash damage.
and that's why I'm trying to get some advice.
What I personally would recommend is going to the water board and saying, hey, you need drive over rated meter cans there with some concrete collars around those, because then they can be driven over and it would cause problems.
Okay.
But that's what I would recommend, is something that is
There's a cement collar.
roadworthy, or a cement collar around it would help a lot too.
Because what they are is just PVC, like 8 or 10 inch PVC.
Right.
So, and the way they hold the latches down, it's plastic fittings. So when they drive over it and crush one side down, they just bust everything to crazy.
Yeah, I just don't. You can just pour like a 6 to 10 inch wide, like 4-inch thick collar around the head of those. It'll help alleviate a lot of that, but you're still gonna need an outlet or something.
All right, that's what I was just needing to find out. Thank you, sir.
You betcha.
Anyone else, public comment? We have a few minutes before we get down to the agenda at hand here, so. Well, let's see, it's non-time specific. I guess we
Nothing's
can get on to it.
Nothing time
Okay.
specific.
Okay, then I guess we're gonna move right into the non-time specific. First one. Excuse me, discuss and decide on prohibiting animals in county-owned / occupied buildings and spaces and county-owned motor vehicles. Okay, I'll just start it off. I've had concerns, people have addressed it to me, so I thought it was best, maybe we need to just bring it up to the agenda, and I've spoke to other folks, but I've had 3 complaints myself, okay? And I just need to know, we need to have a determination and what's in the policy and procedure as for any animals or anything as such that are on the premises of county-owned motor vehicles or buildings. So I would start there. So is there anything you want to add to that first, Kelly? And then I'll sort of open it up, or
We used to have a policy prohibiting dogs from being in any county buildings, but the last time we did the policy amendments,
Well, I think one, and Commissioner Kirsch brought this up, that we do mention buildings there. So we will need an exception for the fairgrounds, because we got obviously everything that goes on there various times of the year, so that we would have an exception for the fairgrounds, or possibly any other event which is authorized by the county, in which people are bringing in animals or something of that nature. I think we're mostly concerned with people bringing their dogs into the office and peeing on the floor.
And I think another thing that I've heard has been mentioned is, it's not just once in a while, it's every day.
So I have a question. This is Dee Dee with Basin. So service animals, what are you gonna do about service animals?
Service animals are service animals, they're protected by law.
So they're allowed in.
Yes,
So this is just mainly buildings and vehicles.
county-owned buildings and vehicles. And like, Mr. Han said, Corey brought up the fact where we talked about the fairgrounds.
Correct.
I guess it could include the white building out there where the kitchen and stuff is. It wouldn't include the barns and, things like that.
Okay, well, you have the animals spay, neuter,
Mhm.
using the volunteer hall.
And that could be, I mean, those are all
You know,
things that,
exceptions. I'm just looking at
that would come
other,
up as exceptions, yeah.
yeah, that.
Well, I think we're just looking at prohibiting dogs from coming to employees' offices every day on a daily basis. We're not worried about, like I said, I mean, nobody works out at the fairgrounds in the kitchen every day, all day long. I think
Right.
the point is we have people that are bringing dogs to the office every day, all day long. That's what we're focusing on.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm looking more, yeah, it's listed and as animals. So I'm also looking at the stock curl on the other side of the river bridge, whether you're prohibited animals in that, that's county property, county roads, are the animals prohibited from being on the county roads, that kind of stuff. If you're just doing dogs, I'm okay with that, I just wanted more explanation of what this is going to cover.
And I think right now it's the workplaces where the public is gonna show up.
Oh, I'm with you there. I don't think the dog should be around there at all.
And the carpets, we've had complaints about the carpets. We've had complaints from one person about another person, and a complaint about from this person to another person. So the dogs are causing,
Messes.
from what I've been told, several issues everywhere.
Yeah, well, if you're limited into the dog stuff, I'm okay with that. I mean,
You can't bring a cow to the cow shop.
they have probably been to the county shop.
They probably have been.
And the unfortunate thing about it is what started out as one is now two, and it's just growing
Yeah,
in the same
yeah,
place.
and it's
So,
gonna continue to
it's
do
continue
that
to just
if
get bigger.
they have the chance. So I'm okay. I mean, fairgrounds, I know, to my understanding, the Bozeman dog law enforcement, whatever they're called, come out and use the buildings for training.
Okay, man.
In some cases, I'm not real happy about that, but I can live with it to a certain point.
It's like Kelly said, we're basically more concerned about the immediate area and how public perceives things as opposed to out there, because that's that time of the year when you guys do your thing.
Well, you got animals there
Yeah.
all the time, and the caretaker has his own dogs, which he is allowed. So I'm just here to make sure that that's an exception on the grounds.
And I don't think it's the grounds that is coming up. It's the
It's the
buildings.
It's employees' offices.
Understood.
Okay. I guess we'd open it up. Anyone want to comment on this? other than Maryland?
Well, I don't think that, I haven't heard any problems. I mean, I bring my dog occasionally. And lately it's been a little bit more, she has cancer. So she only has like a couple months left to live. But, I brought mine occasionally, but when I go out to a site, like Boulder, but usually nobody's ever out there. And then I kind of do my job, I'm working, they run around and do whatever they're gonna do. But I've never had a problem in our office of any dog going to the bathroom or any kind of problems with public, with my dog or with Shaylee's dog. So I'm not sure why everybody's having a problem. I heard about your problem with the one building. And that's inconsiderate and irresponsible of those people too. That's all I have. So.
Well, that's why we're discussing this, because it's the county budget that's replacing the carpets. It's the county budget that's dealing with the employee issues it's causing. It's the county dealing with an employee getting bit right outside of this door. So it's not, it's not at this point, I don't think anybody's specific dog, and it's not that everything has happened a whole bunch is my understanding, but it's happening enough to where
Yes.
people are coming to us and complaining. Although I'll be straight up, I haven't got a complaint none of them have come directly to me. Cause I bring my dogs to work. They sit in my truck until I let them out at the fairgrounds to run.
I guess,
Which is fine, which is
I'm
fine.
not trying to put you on the spot, Mike, but with your dog and stuff, do you, is he in the truck and stuff with you, like when you go out to those sites?
Mm-hmm.
And that was the other thing, it was the concern of wear and tear, so.
Yeah, I have a blanket that's down.
Did you have
Really
any?
no wear and tear.
Yeah, just a quick couple follow-ups. I mean, one, we're very aware of the public interface in our office. She is really good about keeping hers away, or away from the door when people that we don't know are coming in. I mean, she puts a diaper on the dogs, so we don't have the carpet issue. You know, I wonder the possibility of making this like a building by building scenario where we can determine whether or not it's feasible or not. That's up to you gentlemen to decide. But I have more of a question on the vehicle side. I have had some of my operators ask if they can bring a dog to ride in the plows with them in the winter and whatnot. Personally, I don't have an issue with it because it's construction guys have done it forever. So we're used to it. I've told them that if, you know, we have to ride multiple guys in the pickup, that we're not bringing dogs with us. They got to figure out something else. But that was just, I can go either way with it. It's up to you gentlemen to decide. These were just some concerns that I had. You know, we enjoy having the ones that we have out in our office, kind of lightens the spirit out there. They're kept up. I asked the maintenance crew that cleans our building if they've had any issues. They've said no, they like having them out there because we take care of them. We clean up anything. We don't leave messes like others that we've heard. But I also understand that, you know, there's a lot of concerns with problems and liabilities and everything else. And so I don't have a dog in the fight, so to speak, but not to be too funny.
So pun intended.
At least not yet. You know, maybe someday I'd change my mind.
I respect your opinion. The only thing I'd be concerned here is if you open the door.
Yep.
Then we're gonna have to open the door to everybody. What's fair for all.
And like I said, I don't care which way you go. I just want
No, I
to make sure
understand.
that it's just throwing out some ideas and whatnot. But
I guess one of my concerns is I'm in the office by myself a lot. Like whether they're out in the field or this or that, and especially Fridays when nobody's there, I'm there by myself, and having my dog is just kind of companionship / just having like my animal there, I guess, because I'm alone a lot in there. So it's just kind of reassurance for me. And then, I mean, if I needed to put up a gate or something, so he had no access to the front door, like, I'm happy to do that. So that's kind of my concern is I'm just alone a lot in there.
I can just tell you from going up to district court, if one of them isn't there, there's only one up there and they would actually be in the same predicament you are. So if you were allowed the dog, we'd have to allow them the dog. You know, I mean, if you thought about cameras or anything, security, I understand what you're saying about your dog. But somehow, what other means that would help you out?
Is there a buzzer on the door? Something that alerts her that somebody's in the building if she's alone?
No, I'm talking like somebody come in a camera that you can actually see what's going on, or she can see them coming in. And I'd keep the door locked, but I mean, you know, if you're open to the public and if you're readily available, but, you know. I'd like to hear some more input from you guys, though, honestly.
Couldn't you make it a case by case basis if the person that wanted to bring their dog can prove that, hey, it's gonna be in a enclosed area away from the door and have stuff down like, pee pads or whatever, so that you don't have to worry about the mess on the floor, or they could take it out of, just like a base cases.
One thing, I wouldn't agree with pee pads, cause then you're letting a dog pee indoors, whether it be your house.
I mean, you can do it however you need to, I mean, I'm just saying.
That's just encouragement.
Let me use an example like Shaylee. I mean, I understand the dog she has. If someone were to walk in there and you're taking those precautions that you're talking about, and someone comes in and there are dogs that, of course, if they sense that somebody's afraid of them and all that, them getting excited or whatever else they might do, the chance presents itself maybe more that they may be bitten too. That's a big concern there.
Well, and I will remind commissioners, and heard me say this for everybody here, that Montana has a strict liability dog bite statute. If your dog bites somebody, you are liable as a matter of law. And that only is not on the owner, but if the county has allowed dogs into its public buildings, just on a regular basis, I can guarantee you the county's gonna get named in the suit too. Because we're the deep pocket. That's why a lot of insurance companies, if you own a certain breed of dog, they will not write coverage, a liability coverage for that dog. Now, I'm not saying we got any pit bulls that are trained to fight each other around here, but just for your edification.
No, and I understand that, and that's usually how it works. They just go right in line and everybody that's in it for a lawsuit, so. Anybody else have any more comment? Anything else you want to say, Kelly, to this?
No.
Commissioner Kirsch?
The only thing I have to add is kind of what you guys have already talked about, is just the fairness to the whole county. I mean, to me, it's not fair that one office can bring their dog to the work with them every day and the other office next door can't. So to be fair to everybody, I think we should be the same all the way around, which makes it really hard to have dogs in the county because there's just offices that strictly cannot have dogs in them and function. So that makes it tough. And then the liability side also, we got to think of our taxpayers and our budget and everything else. If we ever have an instance that we do have a incident with a dog biting, you never know what your dog's going to do in any certain circumstance. If we get bit, then the county's on the hook. So I love to have my dog, but I like to leave her at home too, because I don't trust her with the public. And yeah, it's just one of those things where I go to work and my dog stays home, and I'm really glad to see her when I get home. So.
Is there any other discussion on this? Council, can we take action on this at this point, or is this under advisement?
Well, I think probably we need to iron out
That's what I think.
what.
And
I
then,
don't think we have a resolution.
yeah, bring it back to the
Completely
table.
done yet.
Okay, that's what I figured. I just wanted to double check.
I will say, just as a point, that we've checked, it was checked with the other counties in the state, and I don't believe any of them allow dogs in offices. Not that we can't do it, I'm just saying that they don't, probably for the very reasons that have been mentioned.
And I'm not sure it would be a resolution. I just need to draft a proposed policy that will add to the personnel policy, and next time it's amended. So I don't know if it needs to be a resolution, does it, Steve?
Well, we just would amend the personnel policies.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else? I mean, for the better? Anything else?
So what if your dog's like a service dog or a ESA dog? Like
If they're a
you have
service dog?
Like if you have a certificate that your dog's on service or he is.
I'm sure that'll be taken in consideration. That's the whole
A
different.
service
ballgame.
dog is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
The,
Yeah.
the other one is not covered by the law, I don't believe.
Yes, if it's an ADA certified service dog, then it's certainly allowed in the workplace with the employee. But there has to be proof that it's a service dog and proof of the reason it's a service dog. Emotional support dogs are not permitted under the ADA.
Thank you, Kelly.
Yep.
Anything else? All right, then we're gonna move on. All right, resolution 07-2026 is the resolution reinstating a policy for junk mobile home incentive program. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, if you'd like, I can jump in on.
Yeah, would you
this.
please? Council?
And Commissioner Kirsch can correct me if my dates wrong, but I believe it was back in about 2020, the legislature passed some legislation that permitted a percentage of our junk motor vehicle, I think, grant monies that we received from the state of Montana to be used to dispose of junk mobile homes. And at the time, the commission passed that resolution, similar to what you have in front of you. However, the statute that was in effect had a sunset provision in it. The next legislative session, that they took that piece of legislation through a new piece of legislation. They brought up this legislation again and extended it out, but yet there was still a sunset provision 2 years down the road. So we thought it had died, and then Commissioner Kirsch and Mike did some looking and found this past legislative session that it had been revived. And there is now the same program is in effect. It allows you to use, I believe and it's in the resolution, I believe it's up to 20% of your junk motor vehicle budget that we receive for disposal of junk mobile homes. And junk mobile homes are defined by statute. It basically means you can't live in them. There's now no sunset provision in it, so that doesn't mean the legislature may come in and take it away in the future. We wanted to get a resolution, or I believe Commissioner Kirsch, in discussion with you gentlemen, wanted to put a resolution back in. I believe, if I recall again correctly, it permits an applicant to up to $500 per mobile home. They have an opportunity for 2 mobile homes in a fiscal year. In cases they have more and they want to come back, that will be reviewed on a case-by-case basis. The granting or denial of the stipend, if you will, for the disposal is totally within the discretion of the commission. And so by this policy, we would just be putting back into effect a program that was previously in effect. It is funded by grant monies from the state. So other than just processing paperwork, it's really not costing the county any money. So that's kind of what that is in a nutshell.
You explained it well. I
So-
appreciate it.
They have to tear them down.
That's what?
They have to tear them apart.
Yeah, they've got to dispose or
Dispose
recycle it.
I just want to
Okay.
make sure that
Yeah.
I didn't have people applying for junk mobile homes and then
Right.
think, oh, I don't have to dispose of them.
Oh, okay.
They're getting free $500.
That makes
They gotta
sense.
dispose of them.
So no different than before. Like you said, Council. Commissioner Kirsch, anything else you want to add to this? Besides?
The only other thing is we get abandoned mobile homes and RVs once in a while, and this will allow Mike to use that money to dispose of them also. So it helps everybody get rid of abandoned vehicles. But other than that, no, I think Steve explained it well. It's just kind of an ongoing thing we've been doing, and every 2 years we have to redo it. And finally, they took away the expiration. So I think they figured it out. It's a good program and it can stay permanently.
Thank you. Anything else? Okay, I would entertain a motion for resolution number 07 2026 was, which is the resolution reinstating the policy for a junk mobile home disposal incentive program.
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Second,
Second.
okay, any other discussion? Not all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Take care.
Okay, and finally, discuss and decide on selection of certified real estate appraiser for real property located at 214 South Main Street, Boulder, Montana, which is the health clinic down here. Commissioner Kirsch, you want to touch bases on that, or is there much that we need to do?
Yeah, so I found out that state law requires us to do an appraisal on any real estate that we want to procure. And on top of that, not only do we just get a hire an appraiser, but we have to agree on an appraiser, and that means the commission has to agree with the seller, and also the county attorney has to agree. So we have three parties that have to agree on a certain appraiser. So that's what this process is. The commission today will work on agreeing on an appraiser, and then the clinic will agree on one, and hopefully we'll all agree on the same one. So that's what this is. So the commission can agree on one collectively.
Why the county attorney's involved here, I have no idea, but.
Same reason we had to sign off on the Basin School.
There is no answer.
Somebody's gotta start somewhere, yeah. Okay, and my understanding is we've got two applicants, right?
Yes, we got two bids from two appraisers from Helena.
Okay. And that's the Moore appraisal firm and the Josh Edelblue.
Yep.
Okay. And
There was quite a contrast in the price, if I remember right. I think
Yes.
you guys have it in front of you. I guess I don't have it in front of me.
$1,500 difference. More
What were the-
appraisal firm is $3,000, and I'm just gonna say Josh, okay? Edelblue or whatever, he is $4,500.
Okay, yep, that sounds right.
So,
I'd make a motion, we go with the lowest bid, more appraisal.
have a second?
Second.
Okay, any other discussion? Not all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. You get a vote? You have to,
Two things, Commissioner Kirsch did not miss in this component, the board of, the
building.
the board of the building, went with, their vote was for the lower bid. I believe they submitted some paperwork. It may have been just an email to the commission, and I would be in agreement with going with Josh, if that's his name.
Did you get something from
No,
the,
more stuff on
More, whoever the lowest one is.
did you get something from the board, the medical building board? Court?
Yeah, we've got an email that they voted for the low bid as well.
Okay, good. Anything else? Not, we'll be adjourned. Thanks.
Thanks, Marilyn.
Got anything else, Corey, you wanna chit chat with, or we got?
Specifically constructed.
I don't have anything else unless Steve needs to talk to us or something. You can push the stop record.
Want to know if you're ill.
What's that?
I want to know if you're ill.
It's real.
I'm getting better, but Sunday wasn't a good day.
Oh, okay.